Hello, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Yes, welcome to this Lindt Creation Dessert. Yes, review. Look at that. Well, very nice. Look at that. Looks gorgeous, really. Does look gorgeous, does look gorgeous. Hi, QP, how you doing? Good to see you back. Yeah, great to see you. How are you doing? All right? How's your day going today? It's we were doing a very British thing yesterday, speaking about the weather. I think it was Andrew said that basically he was having all sorts of gales and things. And I was like, oh, there's nothing like that here. But but basically, about 2 hours later, it just became ridiculous. And the winds were so it was just so stormy. It was madness actually. Bins blowing over, all sorts going on. Yes, it's crazy really. But my brother lives around the Midlands somewhere. He's had snow actually, so I think actually Andrew had snow as well, didn't he? Actually, maybe it was Andrew had snow and someone else had the blizzards. Anyway, the gales. But there we go. But yes, oh yes. Oh, hi QP. Good, thanks. Just been chilling. Yeah, not too bad actually. Not too bad. Well, basically this morning I got up quite late actually. I've just been sort of during the week. I only have about 4 hours sleep a night, pretty much. Pretty much. So basically on Saturday I just recharge. So I basically sort of have a massive long sleep. Yeah, and then pretty much have to start preparing for this week. I get a few hours of just sitting about and just doing things I need to do and this, that, and the other, and then I have to get prepared for this. So I've not really had too much time to. I've not done any reviews yet. I need to do reviews as well, so it's one of those. I have to have about 8 reviews to do. So the plan is to do 4 today and 4 tomorrow, but as well as this one. But we'll see. Best laid plans and all that. But yeah, I hope you're doing all right. It's good to see you again. I hope you enjoyed the games tonight, by the way. I know it's a bit simple and stuff, but it's more about the sort of. It's about getting together and things like this, really. It's not about doing complicated games and stuff like that. Although they would be good, but I think, you then have a learning curve and all sorts, you know what I mean. But yeah, I hope you're doing all right. It's really good to see you. I hope everyone else is okay as well. One of those. Basically, long story short is, we've got this one to do, and it looks quite... Hang on. A bit of a... Yes, there we go. Let's see. Should I remove... Can you still see? Oh, there. I'll just move that message there. Okay, there we go. All right, there we are. Yes, you can see it's quite a lot of nice selections there. You can't maybe be able to see them too well, but it does have them on the back. Let's see. Yeah, I can't quite see that, unfortunately. I'm showing you it, but it's so big I can't even see it. But there we go. We'll show you a bit close anyway. So you've got a caramel eclair. Is it 5-star caramel eclair of all things? I mean, does it say 5-star on all of them? I mean, it seems a bit silly that to have to say 5-star and then. On all of them. I mean, you'd like to think they're all quite good. So 5-star caramel eclair, smooth caramel cream in an extra dark chocolate shell topped with chocolate. So very chocolatey. 5-star meringue, pieces of crunchy meringue in a soft centre with a swirl of white chocolate. And a 5-star brownie, dark chocolate with hazelnut and walnut filled with a luscious chocolate truffle. Doesn't read very well. Dark chocolate with a hazelnut and walnut filled with hazelnut. Yeah, doesn't read very well, that one, I must say. Yeah, dark chocolate with hazelnut and walnut filled with luscious chocolate truffle. There needs to be a comma there, or something at least. They got recognise this from the Bake Off. A milfoil, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. Wafer praline filled delicately covered with fine milk chocolate. Yeah, wafer praline filling delicately covered with fine milk chocolate. There we go. And the 5-star tiramisu, I mean, it's a bit... Although we had a 10-star a minute ago above this one. 5-star tiramisu, exquisite tiramisu flavoured centre, topped with smooth white chocolate. And then 10 chocolate fondants, I don't know. Okay, it's not 5-star, is it actually? It's just 5 quotes, yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's 5 of them as in, I misread it, okay. My point, it's actually a quote, so you get 10 of them, I think is what it's trying to say. It's strange how we get 10 of these though and only 5 of the others. Alright, I thought it said 5-star. Okay, so I take it all back. Yeah, so 10 chocolate fondant. Intense and melting dark chocolate filled with an extra fine milk shell. Okay, we're filling. 5 creme brulee. Fine milk chocolate with a delicate creme brulee centre. So they all sound pretty interesting, don't they? They do sound quite nice. I think, I say, I did wonder why it said 5-star on them, but it's a bit odd how you get 10 of the chocolate fondant ones. Now this is the 400 gram box, so there is a chance that basically, I don't know, let's say the 300 gram one or whatever it is, basically doesn't, only doesn't have the 5 extra chocolate fondants, but we'll see. Oh yes. Oh, nice, Stephen. How you doing? Yeah, good to see you, Stephen. Yeah, it's been a while. I think I've seen you in the comments, but not in live for a while. So good to see you. Yes, going to like these. Really good. They do look very decadent. They do look really nice, don't they? They do look really nice, I must say. Yeah, they do look very nice indeed. Yeah, it's good to see you, Barry Stephen. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Any Christmas choc going on at your end? What for you? What's the situation? I must admit, I've got my advent calendar this week. I got the Hotel Chocolat, not the ridiculously expensive one, but I did get a relatively expensive one. But I thought, well, you know what, I can film it and perhaps do some shorts about it and this, that, and the other. So, you know, open it every day or something like that. But yeah, hope you're doing okay. Advent calendars. I've done a little poll, by the way, on advent calendars. So one of those. Yeah, so it does look very nice. Does look very nice. Now I can look at the. Just before I forget, let's look at the old nutritional info stuff like this. Yeah, if I can. So it's so big, it's hard for me to make it out. Is it gonna focus in? It might not. The problem is I can't read it, so it's a bit difficult for me to read on the side of it. So I might just let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, we've got a couple of different languages. Yeah, and 40 assorted fine dark milk and white chocolates, it says there, just on the left. Unfortunately, as I say, I can't see that when I'm showing you this. So it's a bit of a problem there. I'm not sure how best to cope with that. Hang on, I might be able to do it actually. I've got another camera up here. Okay. Yeah, there we are. All right. I'm actually watching it live with you lot now as well. How about that? Let's see if I can, yeah, is that going to move it? Okay, yeah, so 551 calories per 100 grams, 34 grams of fat, 20 of which are saturates. There we go. Lift up a bit so I can see. So there's lots of stuff. It doesn't, I mean, unlike the Ferrero one last week, it was really good, basically, because it showed everyone, all the chocolates individually, and it was really good. It was really good. So this one, unfortunately, doesn't show them all individually, which is a pain. So let's have a see. What else does it say? Oh yes, and yeah, hi Rick, how are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. What is it? The white too. Yes, the white one looks like your favourite so far. Yeah, see, did look very interesting. I can't quite see any other information. I was hoping to see something a bit more interesting, but there's not really much of interest in there that I could see. Hi, Gachi. Yes, of course I remember you. Yes, I do. Yes, of course. Saw you in the comments. Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing all right. Oh, nice. Oh, I do like your profile pic as well. It does look good. Yeah, so just trying to see there. So it says milk chocolate. Yeah, milk chocolate contains cocoa size 30% minimum, milk size 20% minimum. Dark chocolate contains cocoa size 44% minimum. White chocolate contains cocoa size 30% minimum. That's what I was trying to show you there, but it's just see if you can kind of see it there. There we go. There we are. Yes. Yeah. Let's see, I had these a couple of years ago. Oh, wait a second. I had these a couple of years ago, so hopefully they haven't redone them. Yeah, well, it is a problem. Andrew's been saying about that recently, lots of redoings. But yeah, and it can be not generally for the better, it seems. You know how these chocolate companies are, well, yes, often how they make things less good. Yeah, just as you say. You've got the milfoil. Is that how you pronounce it? Milfoil? Was one of your faves, as you recall. Yeah, but it's been a while. Well, we'll see. Not too bad then. As I say, the one oddity is the fact that they have 10 of one chocolate rather than have another one of another. They've just given us double the amount of one, which it's not a bad thing, I guess. But there we go. There we are. New selection today. Yes, this is it. This is it. Can you just run us through the different ones where again? Yes, well, I'll tell you what. I'll open it up, and then there'll most likely be a menu. So we'll do that in a second, Stephen. Yeah. Yes. So we'll do that in a mo. Yeah. So let's move down and give it an open. Let's have a see. Hopefully, apologies for any mess. So look, I'll just move. This is the stand for the microphone just there, so just move that slowly out the way. Okay. Yeah, so we'll give it open. There'll be a menu, I assume, so we'll give that a. So find out. There's some kind of pull tab or something. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see there's like a stripe along here. I don't know if you can see that. I can't seem to see it. It doesn't seem to relate to actually any way of opening it. So I might just get the old knife out, maybe. Yeah, possibly. Okay. All right, we'll see how we do. So, all right, let's find the best way to open it. I'll just reduce the. Well, I'll leave the brightness for now, but it might need to be adjusted in a second. Look, there we go. Okay, so we've got in there, sort of. Quite tight. There we are. Okay. There we go. We're off. We're half in. Yeah, soon for the cherry blossoms. Been insisting a while. Yes, I actually got it here, Rick. Yeah. I was going to do a Canada special, basically, is what I decided to do. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's the plan. Oh, hi Joe, good to see you. Good to see you, Joe. How are you doing? How's things in Brazil? We've had gale storms and all sorts here. Snow, we've had snow, gales, rain, sun probably somewhere. All sorts going on. All sorts. Good chocolates, 4 out of 5. Andrew says 4 out of 5. Still a good score. There's some I prefer, but still better than most these days, especially since Cadbury Mondelez and this seems to be ruining theirs. Yeah, I think Steve was mentioning about that. Forgot about the cherry blossom. Yeah, I need to do a Canada special is the gist of it, Rick. I think that's the plan. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Taking it off. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, a nice smell. Nice smell. I quite like the, as I say, the Ferrero one last week. It wasn't my chocolate selection, basically. It wasn't a selection I would love, but it just worked. And I think this one, again, looks pretty promising. See if it focuses in. Is it going to focus? There we go. Yes, I've got a nice little thingy bob here. Look at that. Oh, it smells gorgeous, actually. It smells of Christmas, actually. I must say, obviously, if you don't celebrate Christmas, I understand. You know, it's a family thing for me. I'm not really religious myself, but it smells gorgeous, actually. It has such a lovely chocolate smell. I'm just going to reduce the brightness a bit because you can see it's a bit saturated there. It was all right a minute ago, but it tends to like to cause me problems. Okay, there we go. Right, there we are. Yes, hopefully, well, it's still about the same, but okay. There you go, a bit better when I lift it up, a bit better. I'll just remove the that bit there so you can see it a bit better there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. Oh, it looks nice. Yes, it certainly does look lovely, doesn't it? I mean, just take a moment to look at that. It looks so beautiful. Oh, yes. Lindt chocolate is generally very good. Yeah, beautiful collection. Yes. They look very nice. So these ones have got a bit of a move slightly. But what I will say first of all is I do like the way you get it, obviously other than these extra ones, which I guess, you know, it'd be nice just to have one extra of all the others. Why not just give one extra of all of them? You know, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? I don't know. I feel like you're obliged to think this is a bonus row or a bonus column or whatever. But it's not. Why not have one of an extra one of each? Why not do that? I mean, I guess it makes it symmetrical, sort of. Although it isn't symmetrical. But you know what I mean. But I don't know. Just have them in a rows like that or something. I don't really know. I guess, I don't know. I feel like they could have done, I don't know, better, I guess. Like the white ones in his spots. But it's a good point there, Andrew. There does seem to be, by looking at it, you're seeing quite a good amount of white, milk and dark coloured chocolates. No, you're not keen on Lindt anymore. Well, I must admit, QP, I've never been a massive fan of Lindt. They're okay, but the chocolate's quite creamy for me. I'm not a big, as people know, I'm not a big fan of sort of like more creamier chocolate. So I'm kind of in agreement there. You can get a little box of these too. Depends on Waitrose, I noticed. But yes, little double A. That's quite a good idea. Double A boxes, not bad. Yeah. Yeah. See, right. So let's have a look. So I think this is glued in. So I can't. Maybe not actually. Can I take this out? Well, there you go. So you can take it out. There's no Easter eggs underneath, as in hidden surprises. But there we go. I can take it out. But I'm a bit disappointed. You can see that I don't. I'll just. I'm just going to. I will take this out a second, just to show you the bottom, because this is a bit cheap, I think. You know, for what you're paying. So if you look at the bottom here, it's a flappy. In fact, there is a bit. There's some cardboard that falls out here. It's got one on it. So I don't know. That's fair enough. Probably not meant to take out. But this bit here, you see, it sort of flops. Don't know if you can see this. Now, it might be made so you can just peel it off. Yeah, don't know, but it doesn't peel off very well, so I'm not keen on that. Feels like it's a cheap way of saving money on glue or something. You know, I mean, okay, it's not necessary, but I don't know, it seems a bit cheap. Yeah, all right. So yeah, so as for the ones we got then, well, we didn't get a menu, which is a bit disappointing as well. There's no menu inside, so it does mean you are forced to flip the box over. So that's a bit poor. I guess the Ferrero Rocher, well, the Ferrero one last week had it on the top of the box, didn't it, when you opened it? I think. You know, so I guess you've got these ones. So yeah, so I'll tell you what. Well, so Stephen was asking to see them before. Let me just take off this. cardboard bottom bit. Let's have a see. So so basically, I don't know what's the easiest way to show you really. It's a bit of a pain, I guess. It's not convenient, is the gist of it. So apologies for this, but it's a bit of an awkward box layout. Alright, let's get myself organised. Okay. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so here we are. So I don't know if you can quite see those. So we've got the caramel eclair at the top, the meringue, it says just called meringue there, chocolate fondant, creme brulee, milfoil, brownie, and tiramisu. There we go. So a bit, yeah, there we go. Not too bad set there, not too bad. Yes, the Lindt reindeers. Not too bad. Yeah, as I say, I'm not a big fan of Lindt chocolate generally. It's okay, I don't dislike it, but it's yeah, it's not my kind of chocolate, Andrew. But I know what you mean. I have had those. They are quite. I think I might have reviewed them once. The white ones look nice though. Yes. Your friend's dad was your dad. Yeah, your friend's dad was a milkman delivering dairy door to door. He used to get over 50 boxes of chocolate. We're all in the wrong industry, everyone. This is what we need to do. We need to become a milkman or milkwoman. Yes, it's kind of the default gift. Yeah. Well, I think it's like yeah, with the good quality chocolates. Well, I guess it depends on the household, doesn't it? Really. You know, that's quite interesting. Yeah. Okay. Galaxy and Dairy Milk, quite, yeah, but it's done in a, yeah, they are quite creamy, yes, so that's why Galaxy for me is really good, because it's the one creamy chocolate I really like, yes, that's why I quite like Galaxy. Dairy Milk is quite creamy, but I find Dairy Milk quite velvety, and it's not, it's, yeah, there's something different about it, yeah, it's more like, I don't know if it's the type of milk used or whatever, I don't know, I feel like, perhaps I've just answered my own question, Dairy Milk is a bit more milky rather than creamy. These, yeah, Lindt is a bit, but I know what you mean, Andrew, yes, it is a paradox. I must admit. Yeah, for next year. Well, it doesn't peel off very easy, Andrew. I thought that, but it doesn't peel off very easy. It's you can probably rip it off, but it's not. It's quite stuck on relatively well. You know, you can hear there. It's not peeling off very easy at all. It's well stuck on. Yeah. Your mum was a primary school teacher. Yeah, he got loads of chocolates there. I can imagine. Have you read the M&S? No, I haven't. I was in M&S the other day. I did get some M&S chocolates actually, which I might put on the weekly poll for what chocolates to review. Yes, I did get some, but I've not done the biscuits yet. I thought I might leave them till after Christmas. I missed the milkman times. Well, I've got one now, Joe. You can get one now via an app. You can get a milkman coming to your door still. So I actually have them now. I actually have a milkman coming to my door now. It's really good. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, maybe the vegetable oil. Yeah, possibly. Don't know. Yeah, not too sure. Hard to say. Don't think so though, because I don't think Cadbury Australia have palm oil in it or whatever. So I think it probably. I think it's just the recipe. It tends to be European, mainland European chocolates. Ritter Sport as well is a bit too creamy for me. It's just the whatever recipe they use. Yeah, but Galaxy and Cadbury. Whatever they do, I prefer it. Yeah, but I don't think I'm not. It could be a combination of things. I don't think it's specifically one thing, because as I say, it's not. It doesn't seem to be consistent. I just picked Nightbot by accident there. Strange things to me. The galaxy is made by Mars, so it's different. Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that, Stephen. I was just thinking that myself. It is a bit of a funny one. Yeah, no, it's not the same texture, no, Andrew. But I mean, I'm talking about the taste. Yeah, it's not creamy like them. It's different texture, which is why I'm saying it's multiple things. Yeah. So, but it doesn't have that. But it's not. It's not. The creaminess side of it isn't there. You know what I mean? A sound cutting. I hope not, QP. Let me know. Hopefully the sound's okay. I've been told it's all right, but fingers crossed, it's okay. Let me know, everyone. Let me know. Right, so Stephen, did you see all the different ones there? So we'll have a look. Let's have a see. So, got quite a few different kinds here. I'm going to probably just rip off this bottom bit because I think I think you can technically do it. It doesn't need to be. It probably is. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a pain. I prefer a little insert. I'm not happy about that, but okay. Let's just rip it off. You see here, it's not ripping off very well because it's a bit of a mess. I'm not happy about that really. But all right. Sounds okay to you, Stephen? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Well, hopefully, maybe reload the page, QP. Ah, you just reset the video. Yes, yes. Yeah, that's it. Good to have still some places. Yeah, this is it. This is it, and it's good for the environment as well because you're getting glass bottles which you can return rather than the plastic ones. So, you know, if you're that way inclined, definitely a good thing to do. It is more expensive though, but actually it made me realise how much milk I was drinking in coffees. So I've really reduced the amount I have every week now. So that's quite good. Not a coffee fan. I like coffee. I do like coffee. So fingers crossed. But here we go. Yeah, here we are. So you can see here what we've got. Let's have a look. Yeah, so caramel eclair. I thought it said 5-star at first. Meringue. Yeah, they are about the same. They're not very. They're quite straightforward names, aren't they? Yeah, quite straightforward names. But there we go. So anyone got any preference then? Maybe we should go for the chocolate fondant first because there's so many of them. Or should we just work our way around? I don't know. Any? What do we think? Yeah, what do we think? I don't really know. Really, should we just work our way around? Caramel eclair first. Or maybe we should just go left to right on the chocolates. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. The eclair one sounds incredible. Maybe we'll leave that one to the last thing. QP. Oh no, I don't know. We'll go left to right, shall we? We'll go left to right, I think. But we'll start with, yeah. I think we'll do that. Or should we just work our way around? I don't really know. No, indecisive. Used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. Let's just. Do you simmer the milk before you drink it? I just don't normally simmer it. No, don't normally simmer it. Just depends what you're doing, of course. But I put it in coffee generally. Yeah. But no, there you go, Cupid's not happy about that. Oh, we'll do it third one along then, Cupid. Third one along. Yeah. Well, there is that, I guess. They're not the small businesses they were, but they are. Well, I don't know. I'm not an expert on it, I must say, Rick. But Rick's in Canada, though. Don't forget, he's not in the UK. We do have small farms here, but they do generally. They're probably not the small farms you'd think of. They're probably not the local business. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know the ins and outs, but I guess they are more local than the supermarket. And you cut out that middleman, I guess. They do tend to provide other dairy goods like milk and bread and things. So I think there is something about it. But yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Without further ado, let's get going then, shall we? So let's go from let's go from this one, shall we? There we go. So what's this one then? We've got. We'll try and find a suitable place to put these, which I can't find. Oh dear, I haven't got the room. Okay, let's try and move them up here. I've just got stuff. I should have thought about it. You would have thought I would have done, but I didn't. Okay. Right. Here we go. Here we are. Making space, making space. Okay. There we go. I've made some space. How about that? Right. Okay, yeah, so this one, yeah, so I don't know whether to take a photo of this or not really. I'll put the thing back in the corner, there we go. Yes, there we are. So a bit dark at the moment, but this one is this one is the chocolate fondant. We get 10 of these rather than the usual 5. So as I say, it would be nice if we got 6 of all of them rather than, 10 of one and 5 of the others. Looks okay, looks quite typical, I think you'd say. Yeah, sorry, QP, I forgot to. The eclair one sounds incredible, yes. I won't leave you in suspenders too long then. It'll come about the third one along. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? That looks alright. It looks a bit like a jelly, I guess. Doesn't look quite as exciting as the others, I think. But we'll see. There's 10 of them as well, which, Alright, let's give the height a measure. 7, hang on, it's in inches. Hang on, let's just change that. Can. How do you change the oh, there we go, yeah, there we go. Right, so get it in millimeters, yes. Yeah, well, apparently it was the farm that did my milk from where I was younger, actually, where I grew up, that's delivering to where I am. So, I think it is a bit more of a relatively local company. So what 1.7, 1.8 centimeters there. Width at the bottom, about 3. Width at the top, roughly, quite roughly, about 2.1, 2.2. Okay, yes, let's have a look at this one. So I'm quite hungry today, so don't forget reverse chocolate syndrome. You're currently eating cookies and cream Kit Kats and gingerbread chocolate digestives because I'm an animal. Honestly, sounds a good combo there, Stephen. Sounds a good combo for sure. Cookies and cream Kit Kat. I think I've got that one to review still, I think. Gingerbread digestive, so good. Yeah, well, I didn't review them this year, Q, because I reviewed them last year, but yes. Yes, I think it was those ones. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Just finished salt and vinegar Lay's. Oh, you lucky people. Yeah, Walker's in the UK, Lay's is basically. Oh, wow. Goodness me, look at that. It just almost popped out. Oh, my goodness. Well, I thought this one would be quite boring, but look at that. Oof, goodness me. Yeah, so what does it say? Let's have a look at the description then. Let's have a look. Chocolate fondant. Intense and melting dark chocolate filling with an extra fine milk shell. Well, that might, let's talk about being a bit milky, a bit creamy, the Lindt chocolate. I think that would definitely temper it. I mean, look at that, wow. And look at it, oh, it looks absolutely gorgeous. That it almost came out when I, oh wow, just look at it, oof. Goodness me, goodness me. Yeah, it looks obscene, I think you would say. It's probably banned in several countries, this stuff. Goodness me, it looks amazing. Yeah, Lay's are nicer than Walker's. I thought they were roughly the same. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Looks great. Oh, it looks great. It does look great, doesn't it? It does look great. Yeah. How good those gingerbread chocolate digestives. Yeah, I did review them last year. I think I didn't mind them. I don't think I've... Yeah, I think the flavours are a bit stronger in these Christmas ones. And the mince pie ones I quite liked as well, so I recommend those. I think they're all generally all right, if you know what I mean. I think they do a reasonable job, I think. But as I say, well, Stephen's given them the seal of approval, so... All right, let's give these a taste. These look very nice. Very tasty indeed, yeah. Now, I think those Christmas digestives are definitely the better ones because the sort of the Vibs, the new ones, they were just too weak a flavour. Whereas I feel like the flavours are quite strong in the Christmas ones because they've got these spices and things. They just work a lot better, I must say. So, yeah. Yeah. Bit sickly after 2 or 3 got 10 of these. Yeah, I think you're probably right. We'll find out, shall we? But yeah, I think you're probably right there, Stephen. All right, let's give this one a taste then. Let's give it a go. Oh, wow. It tastes like it tastes like a sort of layer of chocolate cake. You know, you get those I guess that's sort of like the cream, sort of thick chocolate cream layers in some chocolate cakes. It's actually caught in my throat a bit, that. Oh, Pepsi Max there. Yeah, I think it's it really does taste a bit like I'd say like a distinct layer of chocolate cake. I must have tasted perhaps the Colin the Caterpillar one I had. It's actually not that bad. You'd think it might get sickly. It might get sickly in the same way. It's very similar to, as I say, to a bit of chocolate cake. So imagine a chocolate cake might get a bit sickly after a while. But yeah, it works quite well actually. It's not too bad, that one. I think that's quite a nice taste. The chocolate, as I say, is very much more just a sort of vessel for holding the fondant layer. Very nice, really, very nice. I think there's not much to this one. It's very much a one-note thing. It's very much, well, it's called chocolate fondant, really. So yeah, it very much feels like, as I say, a layer of a chocolate cake, basically. It'd be nice if it was actually a chocolate cake flavour. You've got things like tiramisu, you know, milfoil, all these other chocolate cakes. It'd be nice if you just had, if it was actually chocolate cake. I mean, all the others are desserts. It is called the dessert collection, or whatever it's called. So why is this one not really... I don't know, I guess a chocolate fondant technically is a dessert, but I feel like it could be more of an intense dark chocolate cake or something and put a little bit more into it. But nonetheless, it is very nice. I'm not sure that it would get too sickly, actually. Yeah, Stephen, it's... I don't know, I feel like I could eat a few of them. But yeah, it's relatively intense, but it's not too sickly. It's quite smooth and quite not too bad, actually. It's not as bad as you'd think. Yeah. Does it taste like a Lindt? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, QP. No, it tastes, as I say, like a layer of chocolate cake. You know when you've got, if I like Colin the Caterpillar cake or another relatively, you know, fancy chocolate cake, and it has like a layer of chocolate, not cream, not buttercream or anything like that, but sort of like a thick chocolate, either a bit on top or in the middle sometimes. It tastes just like that, if you can imagine what I'm trying to, what I mean. Hard to explain really, because obviously there's different layers, different chocolate cakes. But you definitely taste it when you have a scoop of that, say that Colin the Caterpillar cake, and you get that thick chocolate sauce. It's basically that. Not too bad actually, not too bad that one. Actually not too sickly, I don't think. I mean, it's no more sickly than any other kind of chocolate things, I think. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah. Oh, good. Glad you would. Yes, glad I conveyed it well. Normally, I don't do these sort of things. Yeah, so you always find chocolate bars a bit sickly. Yeah, well, this is it. They are often going to be quite sickly. You're not really meant to scoff them all down. Yeah, 2 or 3 at a time, like Andrew says. Yeah, that's really what you're meant to do. But this one, as I say, I mean, obviously, if you had all 10 of them, you might be worse for wear. But yeah, but it's one of those. Yeah, that's not bad. That one. Now we do have the problem of first chocolate syndrome. I would say the chocolate in this one is a bit of nothing really. It's there. It doesn't really stand out too much. Didn't dislike it or anything, but it doesn't really do much for me. But it's not a bad chocolate either. It's just a milk chocolate that holds the rest of it in place. I think the inside's very nice actually. It's very distinct. I wish it was a bit more interesting. I wish they'd made a bit more of an effort with it. But at the end of the day, you could argue that it would just detract from the fondant sensor. So I'm not sure. So it's a 3.5 or 4. We have to be careful of the first chocolate syndrome, but I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think that's a reasonable rating. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Yes. That's probably why your fondant spots lasted so long. Yeah. Good to keep them for a while. QP. Yes, but this is it. You got to save them, I guess. I've still got some of the Ferrero Rocher from last week actually, but that's possibly because they're quite nutty. And I can't have too many hazelnuts. Yeah, I thought chocolate's melting in the middle, dark chocolate cake. So it heats up. Yeah, well, yeah, good. I guess you can have those, can't you? Yes, there are ones like that, and it probably would work like that. But this, yeah, I guess it depends on how you make it, I guess, Andrew. But yes, you could be right there. Yeah, little cakey with desserts, a liquid dark chocolate sea salt filling. Yeah, I think as you say, you probably could heat it and it probably would become more liquidy. So maybe it's the same difference. But you do get it in regular chocolate cakes as well. So I guess you can use the same thing for different purposes. Yeah, so it's one of those. Now, Rick saying about ketchup chips. I did buy some ketchup chips actually, Rick. I don't mean to interrupt the... I've got some this week, so I might do it as a member review actually. Yeah, so it's by Mackey's. I think QP likes them as well. So, yes. First chocolate syndrome. Yes. Oh, I think I clicked the wrong one there. Yes. There we go. Whoop, there we go. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one there. First chocolate syndrome. Yes, legit comment. This is it. Yes. And there's also last chocolate syndrome as well, where you're sick of them by the end of it. So it's something to be aware of. It is a legitimate thing, like you say. I do think it's legitimate. Yeah. All right, let's move on to this. So I'll just clean the plate a bit. Let's see. Right. Okay, won't be a moment. Perhaps I was thinking I might need another cloth actually. Get two. It gets quite messy by the end of it. One of them. Okay. Right. Yes. Oh yes. Scotty, hi Scotty. Hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know you're out and about today. Hope you're having a good time. Yeah. Hope you're having a good time. Salt of vinegar. I do like salt and vinegar. I must say, Andrew. I do agree with you there. I do like salt and vinegar. Yeah. Lay's make ketchup chips. Yeah, oh yes. Well, as I say, there are Mackey's in Home Bargains, by the way. Mackey's ketchup chips, crisps. So yeah, check those out. I think QP is a fan of those. So yes, but I don't know about the Lay's. We do have Walker's ones, maybe Lay's every now and again. But yeah. Right, let's go down then, shall we? Let's go down. Good to see you all, by the way. No, I might have mentioned it before, but not when you're all in. So glad. Hope you're doing all right. I hope you're all set for Christmas. Done a bit of advent calendar poll at the top, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on what advent calendar you'd like. I've gone expensive this year. Shouldn't have done, but I thought I can use it for the channel as well. So I justify everything chocolate-wise by saying, oh, I can make use of it for the channel. So there we go. Oh dear, QP, cheese and onion. I know apparently they're the new most popular flavour in the UK now. I was flabbergasted pretty much when Scotty told me this. I thought it was ready salted, and I was still a bit frustrated that it was ready salted. But cheese and onion, I must say, I'm not a massive fan of them. But there we go, yeah, cheese and onion. Oh dear, there's always one. There's always one. Salt vinegar Pringles. I was living in Holland for a time, and basically because as you know there, the Lay's selection has paprika rather than cheese and salt and vinegar. So the only way I could have salt and vinegar was from Pringles. Yeah. They numb your mouth after finishing a bag. Lay's ketchup. Yeah. Well, I hope you get them. I hope you get them, QP. Hope you get them. Yeah. Haven't had an advent calendar for years. Wonder if I'm missing out. Well, you're probably not missing out, but they're nice. It's a nice Christmassy thing. I didn't have one for a long time either, Andrew, but I think with the channel I've started getting them again. Yeah. Yeah, I must say I'm with you there. I'm with you there. I'm with you there, Andrew. A bit cute, a bit sort of bland. The cheese and onion and ready salted. Yeah, I can eat them, but salted vinegar is my one. But there we go. Well, maybe as I say, if we ever get a share pack and QP's about, then we can fight over those and give QP the cheese and onion. But yes, think Solomons love it or hate it flavour. Oh, sour cream and onion. Don't let Scotty hear you say that, QP. Mind you, me too. I'm not a big fan of those either. But they are quite similar, so I can understand. Chef's kiss. Is there an emoji for chef's kiss? And there must be one, surely. Oh, well, I'm glad you like them, QP. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has different tastes, so I don't mind it. I'm not having a go at you or anything like that. Okay, so we'll have the. We'll try the. Let's see. Ooh, let's have a look. This one, next one. What's this one? Creme brulee, is it? Tiramisu. I think, was it Stephen saying he's not a fan of coffee, or was it Rick? Exquisite tiramisu flavoured centre topped with smooth white chocolate. So I don't like this one where they sort of fob you off with white chocolate, saying that doesn't really... Okay, there is white chocolate there, and it's reasonably thick, but that doesn't class to me as a white chocolate. It really doesn't. So, I mean, it says, it doesn't tell you about the fact that actually, 5/6 or whatever is just milk chocolates. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's a bit, yeah. All right, but it looks interesting. Tiramisu. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of tiramisu normally. It has a bit of a funny taste to it normally, but I do quite like coffee. So there we go. There we are. That's not quite a square. You never really get just squares, do you? Really, in these chocolate selections, always like I don't know, like whatever that shape's called. Yeah. Oh, sour cream and cheddar. See, yes. Yeah, you hate hate coffee. Yeah, no, I quite like it. I quite like it. See, yeah, Scotty's a big fan of McCoy's as well. McCoy's the one for me. Steak, king prawn, Thai sweet chicken. Oh, great, right? They sound quite, yeah. Honestly, sound quite extreme flavors. Yes, I must admit, I'm more. I don't know. I quite like spice. I'm not a big fan of meat crisps. 2.5 centimeters at the bottom. At the top, roughly. 2.25. And we'll just do it from the other side, see if it's different. About 2. Yeah, about the same. About 2.5. Yeah. All right, and the height. Do the height. 1.5, 1.45, 1.5. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. And I was saying this before, Andrew. So why they should just do 6 of each one? And I'm a bit annoyed that they do that, really. I don't think that's right. But it's not like it's a bad one, the one you get a lot of. But they should do 6 of each, which I don't understand it. Yeah, so I do like salt and pepper flavour as well, Andrew. I'm with you there. I like salt and pepper bread as well. If you get these breads with salt and pepper on, I can eat a whole loaf of it. Yeah, I can really do that. Oh, QP's, well, she's given up. Yeah, she's given in. She's got to go and get some crisp now. What flavour will it be, QP? Cheese and onion. Oh, no tea or coffee. I quite like tea and coffee. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried not to drink too much of it. I didn't like coffee for a while. I don't have any sugar in either. Yeah. Let's give this one. See a bit of a dusting on top. Looks quite nice. What's a nice dusting there? Give it a bit of a chop. Oop. Okay, there we go. So you can see a bit of cream came off on there. I think it looks quite interesting. What's it say it's got? We'll just have a look at the middle again. Exquisite tiramisu flavoured centre topped with smooth white chocolate. Okay, so it's tiramisu flavoured centre. I'm not sure which part of it's flavoured. Maybe that part there. Bit of a fondanty centre. It's quite soft. Both bits are actually interesting. Quite a thick chocolate bottom. There we go. Yeah, sour cream and onion. Ah, okay, right, okay. Nice onion emoji there. Nice onion emoji. Hotel got salted caramel hot chocolate. Oh my goodness, I've not even tried those yet, Steve. I've tried to stay away from these expensive things, but yeah. How was Holland? It was very nice. Yeah, it was a while since I've been actually. It was a good while, but it was very nice actually. It's a lovely place. People are lovely. Yeah, it's very nice. No, I do like it there. Obviously, quite flat. If you're backpacking, yeah, you won't have much problem there. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Yes, yeah, I like it. It's a good, I say, lovely people. Good chocolates as well, of course, but more European type chocolates, as you imagine, Belgian type chocolates. So a bit sickly, but you know, bit for me. But there we are. Yeah. No, there's no salt sachets. Yes, no dips at all. I mean, it's okay if they're not adding them, but yeah, adding them automatically if you add yourself. But yeah, it's a bit poor. Yeah, I've not been for a while. Actually, I do like McDonald's, but I've not been for a while. Yes. Yeah, I was working there. Yes, just yeah, it was my year out actually at university. As a gist of it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got like a sandwich. I had a sandwich year, so I went there to work. Yeah, basically. So it was quite good. It was nice. Yeah, multinational people. I was the only one speaking, you know, English as a native language, but no one could understand me because I spoke it so quickly. Everyone else was speaking English, they just couldn't understand me. It was very strange. Yeah, I remember when the Thorntons did their ice cream. I do remember that, Andrew. Yeah, yeah, this is it. I did quite like them Easter, but yeah. Yeah, no Belgian tots for you. Not a big fan of. Yeah, either Rick. Yeah, but they are a bit too much sometimes. Okay, let's give this one a go. Tiramisu. Let's give it a taste. Well, it does taste of coffee. Yeah, Rick, you're not going to like this one. It's nice actually. No, I really like this one. It's very it's a lovely set of flavours actually. This, I mean, tiramisu for me, and when I've tried it, I've not been a big fan of it. So, but it was a long time ago. I seem to remember not liking it, but this just tastes of a very nice smooth coffee. Yeah, and it's but like a you know, with a good bit of milk added to it. I've just had half the bottom. It's like a semi-coffee flavoured layer. Bit of crunch at the top as well. A slight crunch, which I missed in the first half. No, I like this one. It's very nice actually. It's very, I say, like it's like a smooth, as I say, smooth milky coffee. Now it's not going to appeal to everyone that, but for me, I like that. That's a nice one. Yeah, that's a nice one. Sorry if you can hear some alarm going off, by the way. Someone's just set some alarm off, which is great. No idea. All right, yeah, very nice this one. I think it's just got a lovely smooth taste. As I say, you know, your idea of sort of like smooth sort of milky coffee might not be too exciting, but yeah, very nice. Really enjoyed it. Lovely. Just checking if you could hear that alarm. Don't think you can. Yeah, hopefully you can't. Some of my neighbours are real pains with their alarm. Basically, it's a nightmare. It really annoys me sometimes. It used to keep going off even after it stopped. It would keep beeping for about 5 hours, like a smoke alarm if it was low on batteries. Really annoys me. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, this one really nice, really nice. Yeah, I love it. It's just, I'd say, like a smooth milky coffee, and I can't really describe it any better than that. It's got a lovely little bit of crunch in it. Just lovely proportioned, really nice. I think. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah, 5 out of 5 for me for that one. I really like that one actually. But as I say, if you don't like coffee, you might not like that one. But it's a as I say, quite a smooth coffee, not a very rich and intense one. Yeah, really like that one. Yeah, really like that one. Yeah, you like Belgian chocolates, a bit too truffle dependent. Yeah, when there's too much, yeah, you're right. They do a bit of truffle. That alarm stopped, thank goodness. I don't know if you could hear that or not. Sorry for that. It could be going on for half an hour, so we've been quite lucky there. It's a bit too truffle dependent, but I really like it. Yeah, you're right. You're right there about the truffles. I like Swiss chocolate more than Belgian white chocolate more than Swiss white chocolate. Yeah, it's an interesting mix for me. I think you're right. I think I do prefer Swiss, but they often tend to not be massively different enough for me. Because I'm not a big. I don't mind either of them. They're just a bit too creamy. The Belgian one for me generally. Yes. Yes, M&S in Bristol shut down. Yeah. Yeah, one of them shut down near me, QP, but there's another one down the road, I think. I think they just couldn't make it wide enough for all this, you know, for basic social distancing or whatever. Yes. Oh, QP, why said to spell, yeah. Well, I don't know if QP wants to answer. Sorry, Ricky, for asking QP there. But basically, I think it's because it's derived from the Germanic language, which is said, well, when I was in Holland, it was centrum, you see, so... Yeah, it works naturally that it would be spelt that way. So I assume it's derived from that and that's why. That's my impression anyway. So, because obviously it's a lot of our language, a lot of English is derived from Germanic languages. So, and yeah, so that's why I assume. Yeah, I assume. No idea. I just put two and two together there. I might have come up with five, but there we go. Yeah, that's what I noticed when I was in Holland. Anyway, I'm just trying to wipe this plate, and it's just not working. My mum had a really clever technique. I know how she does it. She could just wipe stuff up, like she'd wipe a cloth along something, and she'd be able to pick it all up. And you'd think that'd be really easy, and it isn't. And I just can't do it. And I remember my brother saying, he doesn't know how she does it, and it was an amazing skill just to be able to just wipe a cloth along. And any crumbs, she'd be able to pick it up. And that never works for anyone else I've seen. Right, yes, so move down a bit. Let's move down, go on to the next one. As I say, we do have, I've not had loads to eat today, so I am a bit worried that... but as I say, that coffee one, I did like it, I must say. Yeah. Yeah, soft top chocolate you grew up with, definitely, yes, definitely. Like roses, I think, for me, but as I said, they're not quite the same as they were when I grew up, that's the problem, but yes. But yeah, what you grow up in definitely makes a difference. It's like Americans, isn't it, with their chocolate, because it's very, yeah, I don't know, it's not known to be pleasant, American chocolate. Obviously, Americans like it. Yeah, this is it. You do grow to like what you grew up with. Yes, there we are. Yes. Righto. Okay, right. So what are we on to now? So yeah, all right. I think now it's QP's favourite. If she's still about, fingers crossed you stay for this one. Yeah, what's her favourite one she likes to look of the most? Yeah, it's the caramel eclair, smooth caramel cream in an extra dark chocolate shell topped with chocolate. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say milk chocolate though. There we go. Look at this. Looks very interesting. Not a big fan of eclairs generally. I'll say this one. Okay, I should have saved it till last, shouldn't I, QP? I hope you stay around too. I'll probably go away and buy some after this. But yes, look at this. Looks very tasty. Yeah. It's got a nice, says Lindt on it as well. Not too bad. Yes. Hi there, JW. Hi there. Oh, yes. You changed your name again. What was it before? I forgot now. But yes. Hi there. You doing all right? Good to see you again. Oh, yes, I forgot what your name was before, but yes, good to see you anyway, good to see you. Yes, the Lindt, there we go. Gives you, Duracell vibes, did you say? See? Maybe so. I remember a guy I knew at school, he dyed his hair. He had jet black hair, and he tried to dye the front half of his hair blonde, but it came out like basically the colour of the front of a Duracell battery, so he literally looked like a Duracell battery. Yeah, really nice. Second favourite brand, the white meringue. Yeah, we'll see. Might not like it as much as you. Second packet of crisps. It's same flavour, QP. Same flavour. Looks very nice, this one, doesn't it? It does look nice, this one. Yeah, it does look nice. Yes. Oh, QP, that's not... yeah, it's not... Don't worry, Jesus isn't... it's not Shine in Disguise, I don't think, QP. I don't think it's Shine in Disguise. Yeah. I know you might think that by the name, but it's not. Yeah. Honestly. Oh, no, he's been in before, so he's perfectly fine. Don't worry. Oh, I see. Okay, he did say... right, okay, he did say a bit of a... Oh, right, okay. It was a bit of a religious message there. Fair enough. No, I can understand that. It was a bit of a... We did ask him, though. He was asked, in fairness, I must say. Yeah, no, don't worry. He hasn't been in before. Sorry, yeah, Cupid. Please don't apologise. It's fine. I'd rather you be better safe than sorry. But we did ask him, though, unfortunately. Someone did ask him what he won, so he did answer the question. Oh, dear. But, yeah. Oh, yes, but don't worry. Yeah. It's one of those. I think if someone comes in preaching, then we can perhaps do it. But he was kind of asked the question, so we can't really hold it against him, even if it was meant tongue in cheek. Okay, all right. Yeah, hopefully the video's doing okay. It looks like it's just seemed to slightly go a bit temperamental. Fingers crossed it's still holding up. Hopefully it is. Okay. There we go. I think it's all right. Yeah. All right, 4.3 centimetres there. 4.3. But yeah, please don't worry, QP. I'd rather people be, you know, obviously err on the side of caution, because we have had a problem with it lately. But 2.16. There we go. Yes. Oh, I'm sure we'll be back in a minute. Yes. We'll be fine. And there we go. Height on the top, 1.3. Yeah, there's a bit of, as I say, a bit of a double base look to it here. 2 centimeters wide. There we go. All right, there we are. Yes. There we go. Right. Okay, let's give it a bit of a chop then. Let's give it a bit of a chop. Let's say it says it's covered in dark chocolate with a chocolate. Obviously, it looks a bit like a blonde chocolate, really. It's very thin. Very thin, so you can see it's mainly chocolate. Yeah, and I guess what's the flavouring in this one then? Let's have a look. Smooth caramel cream in an extra dark chocolate shell. Well, that sounds interesting. Caramel cream, it doesn't look to be a smooth caramel cream though. To be honest with you, I wouldn't say. I guess it's not what I would call a smooth caramel anyway, or a cream. It's quite thick. It's more like a truffle or a fond, you know, yeah, a truffly type centre really, or a praline. That's not what I would call a smooth caramel cream anyway. That's for sure. Yes, it's one of those. Yeah, basically, just a bit as Andrew, you can never tell with anyone really, unfortunately. I mean, you like to, you know, I gave them benefit of the doubt for a very long time. You know, I really did. I couldn't really give them any more benefit of the doubt. But when it became a detriment to the channel, I just had to call it enough. And then it clearly turned out that they were like that. All right, let's give myself a lift up. Yeah, it's a bit disappointed with this one as far as the description is concerned. But I guess, you know, there we are. We'll see. It's the taste that matters generally. So, yeah. Looks nice, though. It does look nice. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, let's give it a taste. Let's give it a go. Okay, let's give it a taste. Interesting. I'm not sure about this one, you know. It has a sort of yeah, it's a bit like a sort of caramel. I don't know. It's not really a great caramel taste. I'll just taste this bit on its own. It's like a sort of caramel chocolate almost. It doesn't taste as nice as like a white milk chocolate. Yeah, the sense, I don't know. It tastes a bit like a sort of burnt, not quite burnt caramel, but it's like it's not a very nice tasting caramel taste. I don't think it tastes a bit, I'd say, more toffee like. The consistency of it isn't great. It's, I'd say, yeah, I don't know. For me, it's what's it taste like? You almost imagine if a Lindor was flavoured toffee, you know, or maybe caramel, because it probably would taste like this if it was flavoured caramel. But I would call it toffee. It tastes a bit like that. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the consistency of it particularly. It's it's quite truffly, you know, quite praline-y, you know. Yeah, it's not really for me. And I did find it when I, looking at it, it looks quite exciting. But when I read the description, smooth caramel cream and an extra dark chocolate shell topped with chocolate, it didn't really sound that exciting actually. It looked great. Yeah, and the dark chocolate was all right, but I didn't really get much of a richness taste from it either. I wasn't too bowled over even by the dark chocolate, to be honest with you. I didn't get really any real, I don't know, I didn't really get much from it either. And I say the chocolate on the top, I don't know, it just sort of tasted a bit more like the caramel on the inside, which I guess is the point. But I don't know, yeah, I wasn't too bowled over this one. I know Andrew saying he really liked it, so apologies, Andrew. Yes, we have good regulars here, so that's something. Yes, we do, Andrew. Yes, everyone's really appreciated, by the way, massively appreciated. You know, yeah, Rick, Andrew, QP, obviously Scotty, Alan, AB, Jow, of course, Stephen. Oh, everyone really, everyone really, and of course, oh, and of course, well, I guess Jesus, before QP booted him, but hopefully he's still about. Oh, I'm sure you'll understand, QP. As I say, it's one of those. I think in isolation, it did sound a bit. There we go. There we are. He's back. There we go. Oh, yeah. Apologies. We've had a lot of trouble with trolls, basically, Jesus, and it's been one of those. So you were asked the question, and you did answer it. You weren't here spouting that without someone answering you. So it was fair enough. You know, obviously, if someone comes in just sort of trying to convert everyone to a certain religion, we might, you know, it might be not really what the channel's about. But you know what I mean. I mean, yes, you have been in before. Your QP didn't know that. You know, this, that, and the other. You know, we're certainly not against people who are religious or anything like that. So yes, it was just that we're very paranoid about people trolling the channel, unfortunately. And one person in particular kept coming in as a lot of different people. So we just, you know, yeah. So that's why there's a lot of moderators and things like this. So yes, there we go. So it's one of those. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. There we go. Maybe Jesus could bless the channel. There we are. Yes. Oh, thanks for being okay about it, Jesus. Yeah, thanks so much. Yes. I mean, you know, it could be the real Jesus. Who knows? I'm not sure. But there we go. Oh, well, good to see you all anyway. Yes, as I say, we've got a good community here, as Andrew was saying before. You know, we do have a good set of people. But as I say, it's just unfortunately it can really be thrown out of whack if just one person plays up. So that's why I'm a bit careful about it. So do apologise. But, you know, it's one of those. It will happen, unfortunately. This is the problem, you see, when people start playing up. They really do, you know, yeah. And even me going on about it now again, like I've said before, you know, it just sort of takes away from the channel. So it's one of those. It's just a shame, but it's the internet for you. So yeah, you know, so QP's just being very careful. That's all, and I appreciate that, QP. So please don't feel, you know, as I say, I'd rather you be proactive about it, QP. So that's very nice of you. So thank you. But as for the chocolate, yes, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, this chocolate one, it was very, very, you know, yeah, one of those. Yeah, it was just very one note, and it was very, yeah, just not very interesting, unfortunately. It looked very nice, but the caramel taste, I think the caramel taste really tasted really nice. I think it'd be something else, but it wasn't my kind of caramel. It tasted, also very much like a Lindor consistency on the middle, so quite relatively sickly, but not, it wasn't enough of it to be sickly, but it had that consistency. And then the caramel itself tasted a bit sort of, yeah, it wasn't a good caramel taste for me, and I don't think it could really. It wasn't actually caramel. I mean, why is it not just caramel? I don't think it would be a great caramel anyway, actually, because I don't think Lindt do very good caramels, in my opinion. It tastes quite butterscotchy, but it's not actually even caramel, so I don't really know what they're trying to do here. Yeah, it says caramel cream, actually. I think before I was saying it wasn't smooth caramel. Just say caramel cream. I don't know, it's not for me, this one. It might be for a beer. I say Andrew thinks it's really nice, so it is a subjective one, but for me, I don't know, I was a bit disappointed with this one. So I think it's a 2 out of 5 for me, this one. Yeah, a bit disappointed, that one. But as I say, you know, bear in mind this is below average chocolate, so the average chocolate is very nice. So just because it's below average doesn't mean it's not nice generally. It's just not necessarily for me. Oh, channel blessed. Yes, thank you so much. Yes. Oh, thank you very much. Yes. Certainly can't do any harm, that's for sure. So thank you so much. Oh. Who's the guy who kept demanding things, then getting to know when it didn't happen ASAP? Oh, I can't remember now. Let's try and think, when was that? I do remember, it does ring a bell now. It does ring a bell, Stephen. I can't think who it was now. Who was that? I can't recall now. Yeah, it does ring a bell. I've forgotten about that. I can't recall who that was. Yeah. I can't recall. Try and think about it. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Oh, totally fine. Yes, better be safe. Oh, thank you both very much for being understanding about that. Thank you so much. Yeah, there we go. Cast out all trolls. Yes. Fingers crossed. Oh, dear. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do often give half stars. Yes, I've given half stars. I kind of forgot that I could do it in here, actually. I can do it in this one. Yeah, I do give half stars. Yeah, oh, actually, a single half star. No, I haven't, actually, but I do have the ability to. Actually, look, yeah, there we go. I do have it there. Yeah. And I don't think I have, because yeah, maybe I could, really. I guess I could. And I've even got the no star rating here as well. Look at that. So I did cater for it. I've just never done it. Yes, I don't know, maybe I should one day. I don't think yeah, I think I've always considered that things have to have at least 1 star and not really thought about it, but maybe I'll have to consider that, Rick. Yeah, maybe I'll have to consider that. Yes. It's a shame to live too late. I was looking forward to this. Oh, you see, yes. Oh, well, you're here in good time. We've only done a couple of them. We've only done a couple. Yeah, geez, only done a couple. So I think we've done, how many have we done? I think 2 so far, actually. We've only done 3, actually. We've done 3, so 4 more to go. Yeah, so let's move myself down. But it will be available on catch-up, though. It will be available on catch-up. But yes. Oh, it's one of those, yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those. Time can be difficult to meet. It's one of them. Yeah, I didn't get the notification. Oh, that's a pain. I don't know what happened there. Did you have the bell icon clicked? Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Well, it's always 4 o'clock basically GMT. So I'm not sure if you're in the UK. It should obviously will be the same time. But I always aim for 4 o'clock. It'll be exceptional circumstances if I don't do it at that time. So it will always be on Saturday 4 o'clock. Yeah, it'll be very rare that it's not that time. Most likely due to either me being on holiday or it being a like Christmas Day or something like that. Yeah. All right, okay, so yes, what have we got now? We've got the, let's see, this one coming up next. I think, is this one, this is Andrew's other favourite, I think. Piece of crunchy meringue in a soft centre with a swirl of white chocolate. It says a swirl of white chocolate, so is that on the inside as well? So it sounds very interesting. Okay. Let's have a look. Right. Yeah, basically Nightbot is meant to do it every, say, 10-15 minutes, but I'm not sure. It can depend on the chat's health, I guess, is the gist. It won't post if people aren't chatting, because obviously it's just going to be spamming itself then. So it might just, I don't know when the timer kicks in, basically, so that's why it's sometimes go. Yes. Yes, there we go. No, it's going to see. Honestly, well, it's one of those. It's just, it's one of them. It's one of those. No marshmallows, yeah. Honestly. Here we go. Everyone loves the meringue one. Yes. Yeah, UK. YouTube's been playing up for you a bit though. Yeah, it can be a pain sometimes. I must say it can be a pain, but fingers crossed. But yeah, if you just assume 4 p.m. on Saturday, even if you don't get a notification, I'll almost certainly be here. I've been doing these lives every week now for quite some time. I don't think I've missed one for about a year now on Saturday, so it should be. The odds are good. Oh, but I'm glad that you like to come anyway. So it's really nice. So thank you so much. Right, yeah, it's like politics, isn't it? That's the problem with conversations like that. People can be quite, understandably quite, what's the word? Sensitive to other people talking about something that they hold very dear to them in a disparaging way. So that's why it's best to try and avoid such conversations, really, because it can end up causing trouble when it's really about chocolate, isn't it? So that's the gist of it. All right, so let's have a look at this one. Let's have a see. Hopefully the camera will sort itself out. Still saying it's quite bright. See, it's quite. It's not really that colour. It's very creamy colour. Might have to lift the. There we go. That's more the colour of it there. You can see there. Let's just lift the plate up and see if that helps. There we go. There we are. It's because the black background is contrasting with the white foreground when it was like that, so it can't quite work out what to do. So if I make all the background white, then it will show it in its proper colours. So there you go. Doesn't look too great, I must say. I'm not massive. It does look a bit like meringue, I guess, but I'm not a big fan of ones that just look like that, really. I don't know why. They always look a bit, I prefer if it had a bit of something about it. But all right, let's give it a bit of a measure then. 2.1, maybe 2.2 if you round up slightly on certain occasions, but 2.1 I think. Then the width at the bottom, from the widest point to the widest point, 3.2, 3.3. And then from the lowest, not the widest, to the other side, where it's the 2 troughs basically, about 3 centimetres. At the top, there's not much point doing it at the top, but we'll do it anyway. About 1.2 centimetres. There we go. Yeah, so it's one of those. Catchy for t-shirts, one of those, isn't it? Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, there is a section in Discord to write these down, by the way. I mean, if I'll have to try and remember myself really. But yes, there's a section in Discord. They're one of those. First chocolate syndrome. Bring back fries 5 centres. Oh, very true. Oh, thanks for understanding there. I'm sure. As I say, it's nice that. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, there you go. QP said it as well. Bring back fries 5 cents if I can say it. I can't say it today. Yeah. Great minds think alike. Yes. This one looks like my fave. Oh, let's give it a chop then, QP. Let's give it a chop. Oop, it's not chopped very well. Wow, so you can see there. One half, I might struggle to show you this. Hang on, let me just try and lift it up a bit. Let's see, I'll turn this over. This one's cut a bit funny. You can see there. So you can see there, it's well, nothing too dramatic going on. I don't know what those bits are. What are they? What does it say? Piece of crunchy meringue in a soft centre with a swirl of white chocolate. So I guess that's piece of meringue, but they don't look. Meringue doesn't generally look like that to me. I guess if it tastes like meringue, well, there are sort of. You can see there's little white pieces in there as well. But I don't know what those bits are at all. Not sure what they are. It doesn't describe what they are. So there's some kind of biscuit or something in there. Yes. Let's see. Nice to see Lindt do white chocolate in his collections. Don't think I've seen them before. Yeah, well, always appreciate when you do a proper decent selection or spread of white chocolate. But there's only one real white chocolate one that I can see. The other one's kind of a bit, you know, just on the top. First chocolate syndrome, I have to steal that. Yes. And last chocolate syndrome as well. You call it chasing the dragon, I see. Oh dear. Yes, you're doing a strongly worded letter to whoever owns 5 centres. You would have. Well, Andrew, I'm sure Andrew said he was going to make his own. He's still not done it yet. So maybe you can incorporate those cream ones we saw in B&M. Yeah, Lidl and Aldi, Andrew, for the maybe the velvet one. The what's it called? Parma Violet flavour. Oh dear. I'm sure you could manage it, Andrew. I'm sure you could do it. You know, I'm sure you could do it. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's give this one a taste then. Let's see. Yeah, so interesting one. Just like it's pretty much solid white chocolate, so hopefully it should be nice. Let's fingers crossed it's a nice white chocolate. Let's give it a go. It's got it's a creamy centre. Interesting. So basically, it's not a solid white chocolate as such. It's got like the equivalent of sort of Lindor centre, you know. So it's a bit creamy on the inside. So it's a bit like the Lindor chocolate bar almost. Excuse me. It's yeah, it's one of them. I think it's one of them. There we go. One of those. One of them. I don't know. It's all right. I think it's just not a solid white chocolate, but it's not a bad creamy middle actually. It's not too sickly. It's quite subtle. It's not really like. I don't think it's like the Lindor equivalent. It might be actually because I guess it is made by the same people. But it doesn't seem to be. It's not quite that creamy. It's quite subtle taste actually, and I quite like the crunches. I can't really tell what these bits are in the middle though. These sort of biscuit-looking bits. Really don't know what they are at all. I would say though it doesn't taste like meringue. You know meringue's got that quite distinct flavour, a texture of that's quite airy and crackly and crunchy. It certainly doesn't taste like meringue. No meringue I've had anyway, and it's either the meringue bits are too small or I don't know. It just tastes a bit like more like Rice Krispies than the meringue, and even then not very airy. So meringue's got a very distinct taste, and I'm not getting any meringue in this. It could be because of the creamy centres, you know, making it difficult to detect it, but I don't think so. I think it's because it's a bit too small, really. So, yeah, it's an odd one. It's not bad though. It's not unpleasant, but it doesn't have that meringue side to it. And it's called meringue. You know, it's. I mean, you just need to have a big sphere or a big circle of meringue in the centre. Or sphere. That's all it needed, really, or bigger ones. So I don't know how they've messed it up. So I don't know. I think it's quite nice as if you're a white chocolate fan, it's probably going to be very much up your street. But I would say that, as I say, it is more of a sort of liquid, well not liquid, Lindory sort of centre, like a creamy, very creamy centre, but it's not sickly. So I'm appreciative of that. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it's quite as good as as perhaps Andrew mentioned. Yeah, there's one of those. You still chase your first blissful chocolate bite 20 years later on. Oh, I see. Fries 5 centres, yes. Yeah, I see, okay. Well, it's one of those, yeah, it's one of them. I think, yeah, basically, you can get the fries individually, a lot of their flavors, but back in the day they did a few different segments, a bar with lots of their different segments in one bar. Quite interesting. The Australian Cadbury snack is a similar concept. Yeah, food does taste nice when you're hungry. Yeah, exactly. This is it. As well as the fact that your palate isn't sick of the flavour, this is it. This is exactly it. So it's something to always bear in mind. And last chocolate syndrome is the opposite effect as well when you're sick of it. You know. Yeah. Yes, glad gave the chocolate box 5 stars last week. It's hard to find a really good chocolate selection. This is it exactly, and that was it. It was you know, it was the fact that it worked on many levels. It wasn't really my kind of chocolate selection because I'm not a big hazelnut fan, but as I say, I can appreciate the concept, the distribution, the variety in there, this, that, and the other. And it really ticked a lot of boxes. I did think the coffee one was perhaps a bit too strong after the event, actually. But like if it was like the one in this one, it would be perfect. It was quite a strong coffee, but it tasted very much like drinking a coffee, which this one sort of doesn't quite. Even though it does a bit, but not quite. Yeah. Yes. People that like fruit creams, yes. Well, that is one thing about fries, yes. Have you seen a Reese's Pies limited edition? They made only 3,000. Well, no, I haven't now, actually, Joe. No, well, I would ask you to post in Discord. I know you're not in there anymore. Oh dear, wow, that is crazy. No, I don't know what those are. Yeah, I'll have to try and remember to check that out. All sold out. Wow, 250. I imagine they'll be going for even more. I remember, I think it might have been Andrew saying that certain limited edition chocolates were going for even more further down the line. So it might even go for more than that. Yeah, after if they've been out for such a time, crikey. And actually, a pie, so it was like a cake. There's different kinds of basically a pie. In the UK is like a savoury thing, but in the US, well, don't know. Can depend actually. Can depend. Just saw them yesterday. I'll have to look out for those, Joe. Thanks for letting me know. I'll try and remember to look at that. Yeah. So as for this meringue one, I don't know. You know, I don't feel like it tastes of meringue. It's not really. I mean, there is white chocolate. I feel like white chocolate. It's there by appearance, but I don't think there's much of a white chocolate taste going on with this one. I mean, I know it's more of, as I say, it's like Lindor. If you know a Lindor and you taste that, and it has a sort of white chocolate flavored cream in the middle, it's not really white chocolate. Although it's obviously flavoured white chocolate. And I just feel like, you know, it's not. I feel like they're representing white chocolate in a bit of an underhand way here. Like this one here, it's just a bit at the top. This one, it's really the outside, but the main flavour's on the inside. I don't feel like there was any meringue in this one. And I think since it's called meringue, I feel like that should be, you know, the main thing. It is quite nice. I think it's not too sickly either, which I think is an achievement for what's in it. But there's not really much of a crunch, and it's certainly not a meringue type crunch. So I think it's probably a 3 out of 5 for me, that one. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. I know it's probably one, you know, it's not bad or anything, but as I say, there's no meringue really in it. It certainly doesn't taste of it, and doesn't have the texture of meringue. A bit disappointing. Yeah, a bit of dodgy with food recipes. I'm always operating that last chocolate syndrome with food, as I never give myself a chance to build hunger. See, oh dear, you have to be careful. Yes. Oh, you have to be careful. Yeah, was it you in the comments sometimes saying that you're having a bit of difficulty sometimes? I think it might be so. I think you change your name quite often, so it's difficult for me to know. So I'm sorry to get you confused. Yeah, there were definitely more like small hard meringue pieces when I had them. Yes, pieces were white too. There were white ones in this one, very hard to see, but there was those brown ones as well. Yeah, but they certainly didn't taste like meringue. Yeah. Milfoil creme brulee. Have we done the creme brulee one? I don't think we have done it, have we? No, we haven't done the creme brulee. Yes, okay, yeah. What's the milfoil next? Is that how you pronounce it, milfoil? I'm sure that's how I've heard it pronounced, but I don't know if that was right. So there we go. What does that say? Wafer praline filled delicately covered. Oh, filling. Wafer praline filling delicately covered with fine milk chocolate. So it's a praline one. That is very typical, you know, centre, so we'll have to bear that in mind, but let's give it a go. We'll just wipe the plate for a second. The relatively clean for the next one. Okay. Yeah, an interesting one. Okay, right, here we go. Yeah, have to check on the advent calendar question in a bit. I've kind of yes, let's see what's going on at the moment. Oh wow, yes, expensive chocks, expensive prices are winning. Wow. I didn't expect that actually, but yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag there, has to be said. Nothing but old school pictures as well, some people have said, so that's interesting. Yeah, it's quite an interesting questionnaire, this one actually. You think the pronunciation right? Yeah. Oh, great. Phew. Oh, that's phew. That's good. Normally I mess up on that kind of thing. But yeah, thank you, Stephen. Do you struggle with portions? Yeah, it's a difficult one. Well, with this channel, I have to basically diet all week, essentially. And then, you know, because I'm eating lots of chocolates at the weekend. So if I didn't do that, I would be very, I'd have a lot. But even then, it's still problematic. It can be difficult. But yeah, plate size is something perhaps to try to help with portion size. If you have a smaller plate, yeah, or maybe, as I say, just try to, you know, just, it's difficult. It's very difficult. Easy on paper, very difficult in practice. Very difficult in practice. But yeah, plate size, things like this. Yeah, I love food, especially chocolate. Yeah, I know. I certainly know that feeling. I'm more of a dessert person for sure. Yeah, honestly. Unless it's pizza. Pizza is something I really like. Okay, so it looks quite nice, this one. But I think you would say it looks a bit, I don't know, a bit mundane. You know, I think it's fair to say. Not too bowled over by the look of this one. I don't know what I think a milfoil basically does have this pattern on it, is the gist of it. I think it's like 1,000 layers, is it? I think milfoil, I think that's what it translates as. So it's like a very layered cake from what I remember. There we go. So perhaps someone can help in the comments. You know, I think it's more of like a Latin-based language, so maybe Jow. But yeah. But there we go. It says Lindt on the bottom, which is nice. Looks interesting. Looks interesting. Okay, let's give it a bit of a measure then. Okay. Right, 3.6. Not bad, not bad. The height. It reminds me a bit of like a Quality Street one, you know, just something a bit more normal. One of those. I seem to remember there was a Cadbury bag of sweets that was just all rejects basically, and the most common one was one that looked like this, and it wasn't a very good one. So I think that's what's putting me off slightly. 1.7. There. Do we do the height at the top as well, or from the side? About 3.5. We do the height. We'll do it again. 1.7, and the width at the top about 2 centimeters. There we go. Yeah, taking over control. Yeah, total calories. Yeah, it's definitely worth totting up the calories. That's another thing. Knowing what you're eating. So it's a bit of a controversial, maybe unpopular thing, but that's why I prefer to eat out of, say, either tins or something. I mean, so you can easily work out what you're eating, and I really recommend that. You know, I mean, you know, it's all well and good cooking and making your own stuff, but I find it can be very difficult to limit yourself there. I mean, it depends what you're making, of course, and some people manage it. But if you're not able to control how much you eat of a certain thing, I would definitely just have literally like, you know, a tin of something where you can see how much calories are in it. Like a tin of soup. It might not be the healthiest thing, but generally, if you need to lose weight, you know, you've got to imagine that basically being overweight isn't healthy. So you've got to manage it. So that would be my suggestion. You know, definitely somewhere you can easily see what the calories are, and you know exactly what you're eating, and you'd be very surprised at how many calories are in such small amounts of stuff. Food binging is a strong sin. Yes, and diabetic. Yeah, you've got to be very careful. It's very difficult though. It's easier said than done, but I would definitely recommend calorie counting, like Jow said. Yeah, I like the presentation of that one because it looks like the top of milfoil dessert. Yes, it definitely works, I think. That's it. It definitely is accurate. I mean, from what I remember seeing, whether you put that little toothpick through and give it that. Let's give it a bit of a chop then. Let's just remind myself what's in it. Wafer praline filling, delicately covered with fine milk chocolate. Okay. A bit of a chop. Oh, wow. Ooh. Wowzers, that was very, yeah, crikey. Very, difficult to chop that one, so I'm assuming it's got a lot of wafer in it. Let's have a look. It focuses in a bit better. Might have to just lift this up a bit, make it focus. There we go. So you can see little pieces of stuff in there. Interesting one. Wafer praline centre, basically. I don't know if it's just bits of praline or, well, bits of almond, but I assume it's probably bits of wafer. You can see now. Looks interesting. Yeah. Yeah, don't tell me about pizza, too powerless. Yes. I haven't, yeah. Well, there are some, yeah, if you can find some low-calorie pizzas, and by low-calorie, they still have 700-800 calories in them. But they do exist. They don't have meat on them. But Morrison's sell one that has about 650 calories. It's a vegetable pizza, and it's quite nice. And Asda sell one that's got about 700 calories in. So, you know, and normally pizzas well, they can go ridiculous really. But yeah, I would, and they're quite nice. I quite enjoy those. But yeah, most people tend to underestimate the total calories. Yeah, see, like Joe makes his own food, and you know, basically, you know, it's fine if you know what you're doing. I think you're okay. But if you're just making like pizza, you know, it's difficult to stop yourself just having the whole pizza when you make it yourself. So that's why I wouldn't recommend it for people who are trying to be careful with calories. But if you know what you're doing, like I say, I think Joe does. He eats healthy stuff anyway. I think he's quite on top of it really. But for people like, yeah, me and you, Jesus, I think it probably wouldn't be recommended. Just end up eating the whole lasagna or whatever. Yeah, 5 large Domino's pieces a go. Wow. And I thought I was bad with 2. Crikey. I would have 2 normally. It's about 300 calories a slice and it's about 12 calories. Yeah. Crikey. Yeah, so be very, be very careful. Very careful, yes. Okay, I think the video might have just momentarily gone. Let's just check it's all right. Okay. I think the video just went slightly for a second. I think it's back now, but yeah, just hopefully checking. Just want to make sure it's caught up and everything. Okay. Fingers crossed it's okay. Right, I think we're all right. I think we're okay. Right, fingers crossed. Just trying to make sure it's okay. All right, so let's get the focus back in. It went out of focus there a bit. Okay, let's give these a taste. Lift myself up. Quite a solid one, this one. Let's give it a go. Yeah, so I just sort of stopped and restarted the stream then just to make sure it was still in sync. Sometimes it goes out of sync, so you can end up being a bit far behind and stuff like that. So yeah. Right. Okay. Yes, refresh. There we go. Yes, refresh. There we are. Yes, exactly. But yes, also know your trigger food. Yeah, you just got to be careful. Got to be sensible. It's easier said than done, but you've just got to. Yeah, it's not easy basically. All right. So if I let's just make the video a bit better. I might have just made it lighter actually. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, let's give this one a go. Let's give it a taste. You saw how difficult it was to chop this one, but when I ate it, it melted in my mouth quite quickly. It's got quite a nice wafer taste to it. But, you know, it's nothing posh. It's like a Kit Kat taste, but the wafer's kind of quite very small and bitty. So those little bits are basically wafer. You can see those little brown dots. Might be able to see them. You might not. The rest of it's quite smooth actually. Again, it's a bit melt in the mouth. It just literally dissolves basically. One of those very very interesting one. I don't know. It's I don't know what to say about it really. It's quite it's a very sort of fleeting cream in the sense it just literally dissolves. It has a sort of praline taste to it. I've not really ever had a milfoil, so I can't tell you for certain if it tastes like one. But it's got nice little crunchy bits in there. It's not too bad at all. Yeah. Oh, thanks for administrating the channel, Barry. Thanks so much, Joe. Yeah, I don't know. I like the crunch in it, but it tastes a bit like a Kit Kat. It's not the Kit Kat crunch. It's just a typical wafer taste. It's nothing posh. I say the sort of the praline taste in there is quite nice, and it just liquefies in the mouth as well. I think it's okay, but but when I think, would I rather have like a finger of Kit Kat? I think I'd rather have a finger of Kit Kat. You know, basically. Obviously, it doesn't have the praline taste in, but that's the gist of it. So it's all right, this one. Yeah, it's all right. It's just nothing special. There's not much to talk about. It's just got a relatively nice crunch to it, a reasonably nice taste. But at the end of the day, like I say, I'd rather have a finger of Kit Kat. You know, yeah. So I think for me, it's probably 2.5 or 3. Yeah, I think it's a 3. It's okay. It's pleasant enough. It's just nothing special. You know, it's literally, you know, if I'd rather, it's no better than the finger of Kit Kat. Yeah, so it's one of those. Yeah, I also respect people who are disciplined with their food to control their appetite. Yeah, it's very difficult. It is very difficult. I must say, it's just not easy, and you've got to do it for a prolonged period of time. It's a lifestyle change, really, is the gist of it. It's not something you can just do for 2 days or a week or even a month. You've really got to change. Yeah. So yeah, you've got to make it a rarity to have calorific foods, and I would definitely recommend getting into it, because once you, if you can get past the first 2 weeks, it's not so bad, but that's a very difficult 2 weeks. It's very hard to make yourself hungry and not have anything to eat. But you just got to remember that generally, 1,500 calories is probably the max you've got to eat. If you have a large Domino's pizza, that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 50. That's 5 slices of that pizza for the whole day. Yeah. Yes, exactly. The lifestyle way our forebears were obliged to live. Yeah, exactly, Zhao. Yeah, exactly. Because cream and fat were pretty rare, basically, back in the day. But obviously, things like ice cream and stuff like that, very abundant. Yeah. This is it, yeah, pasta nights, do everything to me not to eat the whole pot. Well, this is exactly it, you see. So I don't know if you made it yourself, but if you make yourself where you just pour a load of pasta in, that's why I think it's not great, because you can't limit yourself to just one tin of something or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's why I definitely recommend doing that. Because you literally know how much you're having then. Whereas if you make some pasta yourself, you just pour some in, you always want to go back for seconds, Yeah. It's very hard though. Easy said than done, as I say. All right, so we've got the yes, lifestyle made, exactly. Yes. Oh, I'm sure you'll manage it, but you've just got to be disciplined. You've really got to be. Right, the creme brulee. Yeah, that's the one now. This one looks very interesting, doesn't it? Fine milk chocolate with a delicate creme brulee centre. So quite was AB used to always love the Vidal chocolate bars. I think it wasn't he? Not been around for a while, AB. Hope he's all right. Yeah, fingers crossed he's okay. Yeah, so it's very much one of their bars was the creme. I think he always wanted the creme brulee one, could never find it. So yeah, well, we've got creme brulee in here. Basically burnt caramel, I think. So a lot of the Lindt's caramel does taste burnt, so they probably can't go too far wrong with this one. I think that's when caramel's not made right either. So they shouldn't. It's not good for it to be burnt. In fact, we've only got 2 left actually, because we've only done 1. Yeah. So there we go. Right, interesting. Okay, I'll just clean the knife. Right. Yeah, maybe Joe. Well, yeah. I say if you, I don't think either of you are in Discord actually. But one thing we could have done is Joe. I was trying to get Joe to post his recipes actually in Discord, but he's not in Discord anymore. But if he was, or if anyone ever does any healthy recipes, then post them in Discord for people. That would be something I'd like as well at some point. But it's not there at the moment. But maybe one day people can be posting healthy recipes and things. Yes, I like first to weigh your food and put it into the fridge before starting to eat. Helps me not to keep eating. Yeah, good point actually. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. So you kind of, rather than eat it fresh, you eat it sort of warmed up again after you've refrigerated. That's a good idea. Because yes, once it's fresh and ready, it's so easy to keep at it. You're definitely right there, Joe. You're definitely right. Good idea, that. Good advice. Okay, this one's very, look at this actually. It's very, right, I mean, look at this, right. So some of these are quite deep. This one here, look at that. Quite deep chocolate. This one not done yet, but quite relatively deep. Quite a deep one. But this one, look at this. It's tiny. It's so thin. Okay, yeah, that's a real bit poor. That I think a bit poor. All right, that's well the height of it. Just make it difficult. It's so thin. It's even I have to change my positioning. About 1 centimetre tall. Or maybe 9 millimeters actually. Depends. 9.5 almost. And the diameter about 3.2, maybe 3.25. The bottom about 3. Okay, yeah. And so it's not even filled to the top either. Look, there's a lip there as well. So, not happy with that really. Doesn't, I guess if it's a good proportion, well proportioned snack or whatever. But I don't know. Well, let's give it a chop. Okay, there we go. And that's what it looks like. So you've got nice sort of little sprinkles on top, but they don't extend to the middle. Yeah. So one of those. Weighing your food lately? Yes, there you go. Yeah, proportions. So yeah, well, good stuff there, Jesus. Good stuff. That's really good. Really good to hear. The food on the table tend to keep eating. Yeah. I think that's the problem, Joe. Yeah, so good advice there, Joe. Thank you so much for that. No, hopefully, well, fingers crossed you do okay, Jesus. It's just got to be, yeah, you've got to keep at it as well. You can't just do it for one day. You've got to do it for continuously. I think they made it thin because it represents the look of a standard creme brulee. Well, fair enough, Stephen. Yeah, I must admit, that's something I didn't mention or consider, but you're right there. That's a good point, that. Yeah, thin, yes. Oh, good job there, good job. Yeah, good job, Jesus, yes. All right, okay, let's lift myself up. But yeah, I think you're right there, actually, Stephen. You're right. So fair enough, but yeah. So it's a hard one to know what to, I mean, yeah, it's one of those. I guess it does look accurate to it. Yeah, so I guess that's probably fair enough. But it's just the fact that you're still getting less, Well, no, but you can't win, I guess, in that case. All right, yeah. All right, let's give it a go. Give it a taste. It's a bit saturated there. There we go. Give it a taste. A very soft centre and noticeably harder sort of container of chocolate, basically. Not bad. It's not bad. I think it's got a sort of creamy caramel taste to it, but there's no real sort of burnt taste to it. Creme brulee should have like a burnt top, like a crack on. You're meant to crack through the top, aren't you? There's nothing like that here. There's a bit of a crunch, but not really. It's not on the top. It's just bits in it somewhere. Maybe slightly from the chocolate on the outside. Yeah, so they've not really given you a creme brulee at all. As I said, there's no crack on the top to get through. They could have simulated that somehow. Very easily. I'm sure Lindt is very much in their realm of expertise to make some kind of hard layer on the top, even if it's a synthetic replica of a hard layer of caramel just to make it work. But there's nothing here at all. It just tastes a bit like a sort of custard, a caramel flavoured custard almost. Very sort of, yeah, almost like one of those custard tarts you get, but obviously they're a bit sort of more thicker. It's very more liquidy, this one. You mean you'd rather have more chocolate too? Yes. Well, this is it, of course. Yeah. It's one of those, isn't it? Yeah, maybe put a layer of sugar on top. Yes, exactly. Yeah, just sugar. Yeah, just to give a crackly taste to it. That's all they need to do. And I think they do that in other chocolate sets. So I don't know why they've not done that. It seems very odd. Yeah, but exactly, Stephen. That's exactly what they need. Just something to replicate it. And they could have even made it burnt sugar or brown sugar or something to give it that sort of caramelly, I don't know, feel. Please remember to press the like button. Oh, thank you so much, Jav. Thank you. Yes, please click the like button. It really helps out the channel. It really, really does. Thank you so much, Jav, for reminding me. Thank you. Yeah, this one, I don't know about this one. It's not great. I mean, yes, like Stephen said, it's accurate for the size of it, but it's got a reasonably nice bottom to it. But I don't know. It's nothing. It's just too. It's quite thin. There's no hard layer on the top, and like it would be quite easy to do. As I say, Stephen just on the top of his head just nailed it there. Just saying, just have sugar on the top, just a sprinkle of sugar, make it burn so it looks, or brown sugar so it looks like the top of a creme brulee. There isn't that. There is some kind of crunch inside it, but it's not that much of a crunch. It just tastes very much like a custard one. Yeah, a bit disappointed in this one. I don't think it's that great. It doesn't taste really of creme brulee. It doesn't taste very caramelly. It just tastes custardy. A bit of chocolate around the edge. So yeah, it's almost a 1.5. I think it's a 2, that one. I think 1.5 might be too harsh because it's still relatively nice, but for a chocolate selection, I think it's pretty poor, and especially trying to be creme brulee. So I'm going to give it the benefit that I give it 2 out of 5, but I think it's almost a 1.5, that one. It's such a poor effort. I think in context, I'm going to say 1.5. In context, it's such a poor effort, this one. It really is a lazy effort. In an expensive chocolate selection to make a dessert representation, a chocolate representation of creme brulee. So I think I've got to lower it for that. It tastes, a 2 out of 5, but I think it's such a lazy effort. I'm going to dock it even more for that. I think it's really poor effort. That really poor. Yeah. Could have sworn did a crunchy layer on it when you had it a while back. Maybe misremembering. Yeah. A couple of them seem slightly different. Yes, I mean, crunchy top. So unless there's a chance maybe you're thinking of that. I don't know. I mean, just very spurious that really. Who knows? But yeah, I think it should have it. It should have a crunchy top. It should have a crunchy top for sure. Yeah, I think I might have just got a bit of buffering then. Apologies if that's the case. Fingers crossed. The internet has been a bit temperamental for me this week. It's been my nightmare, but it's been all right for the most part. We're near the end now. If we could just hold out for about 5 minutes more, it'll be all right. Whether it will, I don't know. But yeah, it's very disappointing, that one now. I must admit, Stephen. Yeah, I can't imagine that they've not done it at some points in the past. Hopefully they did do. Fingers crossed. But yeah, hopefully they have done, and hopefully the internet's holding out just for 5 minutes more when we finish this off. Oh, it's such a pain, my internet, honestly, it really is. But anyway, there we go. Fingers crossed it's all right. It keeps saying it's okay, then it keeps going back again, then saying it's okay, then back again. I've had this all week. Okay. Hopefully it's back on track. Hopefully it is. We'll just have to try and bear. Hopefully it'll keep us going just for 5 more minutes. Oh, I've had such a problem this week with the internet, honestly. It's just been a complete nightmare, but there we go. Yeah, I had to move it around the house so much, my router and things like this. It's been a complete nightmare. Let's just hope it's done all right. Let's see, fingers crossed. I'm just trying to wait for it to sort itself out. It keeps going there, then sort of reverting back, so let's just check. Okay. Maybe it's all right. All right, I think we're back. Okay. I think. Let's hope we can survive this last 5 or so minutes. But before I forget, let's just do the survey. Fingers crossed. Let's end poll. Yes. Right. Yes. What's your ideal advent calendar? Advent calendar, by the way, Joe. I'm not sure if you mentioned. There's QP as well with the. Oh dear. Yeah. Obviously, I think that was about the chocolate, but yes. Yeah. So the poll. Let's see. Will it say it? Yeah, so basically, expensive taste everyone's got here. Expensive chocolate, expensive prices, more than 41%. Yeah, and then the one for the mainstream one, chocolates, yeah, Nestle, Cadbury, things like that. Yeah, that's probably what I would have normally put. Cheap, no frills chocolate, 16% went with it. There's 12 votes of that as well, so I don't know what that's. Let's see, it's probably about. Yeah, it's 12%. Yeah, maybe 6, 12, 8, 8, 16. So yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's divided by 8. Each one represents 8%, I think. Yeah, 8, 16, 20, 32, 40. Yeah, so I think that's probably 2 people voted cheap no frills chocolate. I think 2 people voted nothing but old school pictures. That's what I had when I was younger, just pictures. There was no chocolate back when I was younger, pretty much. It was just a flat calendar with pictures inside. 16, 24. And then 3 people went for the mainstream choc. Yeah, QP and clear. That's probably what I would have gone for. But this year, I must admit, I have gone for a expensive chocks, expensive price, 8, 16, 20, 32, 40. It's about 5 people vote for that. So yeah, there we go. Everyone on this channel, well, majority of people watching this, expensive taste, honestly. But yeah, QP pick mainstream. Oh, sorry, Costi for the brownie one. Hey, for steak soon. Look at me. Oh, let's see. Good to see your thoughts always. See you soon. Oh, take care, Stephen. Yes, thanks for stopping us for long as you could. Thank you so much. Oh, as I say, see you soon. Right, okay, let's do the last one then, I guess. It's the brownie one as well this time. The brownie one sounds very exciting. Now, the brownie is a very difficult flavour traditionally for chocolate companies to get right, because it rarely tastes like a brownie. You can get the chewiness, obviously they can't get the warmth. It's got hazelnuts in as well. But some brownies do have hazelnuts in, not the ones I like. Dark chocolate with hazelnut and walnut filled with a luscious chocolate truffle. We should say filling that. Dark chocolate with hazelnut and walnut filling with a luscious chocolate truffle. So not keen on the fact it's got hazelnut and walnut in it. That's not really my kind of brownie. But let's check it out. I think Jao would be a fan of this one. Righto. Okay. Let's just reduce this the brightness. Yeah, I can't believe it's nearly December. Do you have advent calendars in Brazil, Joe? It's like basically like a calendar. You have doors and you open a door for every day leading up to Christmas. Okay, there we go. It's a bit of a knobbly one, this one, you can see. Yes, that's pieces of nut. That's Lindt written underneath, which is quite nice. Rather than just a tire track. Well, so the measurement's going to be not too precise because it's a bit knobbly. But we'll give it a go. About 2.6, 2.7 one side, 2.6 on another. So in between the knobbles there. The height 1.55. That's with a knobble, I think. It can be 1.52. Okay, let's give it a bit of a chop. There we go. Oop, there we are. Alright, so chop quite easy. So you can see, I think what they've tried to do is because they can't really do the soft squidginess of a brownie, they've added the nuts in to sort of have something in there, basically. I think that's what they've done. And that, to me, you know, you can get brownies with with hazelnuts in. I don't think walnuts. But, you know, it still has to have that gooey, soft, cakey texture. And this isn't going to have that. I can tell you right now it's not going to have it. Dark chocolate as well, with hazelnuts and walnut filled with luscious chocolate truffles. It's a chocolate truffle as well, so it's very, I don't know, not my favourite kind of scent. It used to be, but it's so mundane in these chocolate selections. You have it so much. You really do. Yeah. Oh, I know you don't, unfortunately. Yes, the quite interesting thing, you basically, just open a door every day. And it used to just be pictures when I was younger. You used to have a picture, it'd be like a Christmas tree or a teddy bear or a fairy or some religious type thing. You know, that's it used to be. But nowadays it's chocolates. It used to be quite cheap chocolates when they first came out. And then it was like just, you know, and then it was just sort of themed chocolates like a bit of Mars bar or something, a mini Mars bar. And now you can get all sorts of expensive ones. Don't like a posh advent calendar. I feel like there's more just novelty. Yes, but for me, I do like a posh advent calendar because it's more than just a novelty and a treat every day because the others I find are a tease. Well, there is that. That's why I've kind of, you know, treated myself a bit this year to do it so I can post it as well. So it's a bit different. I think I did have a fondant ones last year as well. So in order to post them, it's got to be a bit interesting for me. But it's I know what you mean, Andrew. I do understand what you mean there. There's a piece of Milky Bar of dairy milk. Just makes me want more. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. Yeah, at least you get something a bit more, substantial. Yes, appealing texture too. Yeah, I thought it would be. I must admit though, Joe, even though it is like that, it's still not really a brownie. So, you know, but yeah, let's have a go. Let's see. You definitely get that walnut taste. It's quite a strong taste, walnut. You definitely get that. The walnut's a dominant flavour here. It really is, actually. It was very smooth. There was no real crunch around the edges. There was also sort of knobbly bits and things. The crunch is quite mild, I must say. It's not like a massive crunch. But yeah, it's very much got a sort of melt. It melts in your mouth all the centre because it's that sort of type of truffle. It's got a bit of a crunch, but not really a nutty crunch, to be honest with you. Like you might expect. But yeah, very much a walnutty taste. It's that sort of woody taste, basically. It's not my cup of tea, is long story short. Obviously, if you love walnuts, but I don't think you really get much of a hazelnut taste. You might get the crunch from hazelnuts, maybe. You don't really get much of a dark chocolate taste either. You get a sort of truffly texture, and maybe the chocolate texture, but it's so dominated by the walnut. It's not really for me, and it certainly tastes nothing like a brownie. So as I say, if you're really into nuts, walnuts are probably a relatively rare one, unless you're having like a walnut whip or something. You don't often get walnuts too often. Well, you don't often get walnuts. Better construct that sentence better. So I think, it's just not a brownie. There's no cake in it. There's no soft gooey bits. There's nothing brownie-like about it. It really isn't a brownie. It's not really anything even cake-like. It's basically a walnut with like a smooth, as I say, truffly centre, but that truffle, you can't really taste it, and you can't really taste the dark chocolate either. There's nothing really, it all stems on walnuts. There's a bit of texture there for a sort of crunchy hazelnut, but you don't really even get the hazelnut taste. It's literally just all walnut. But even then, it's just the taste. It's not really the texture. So I'm not sure what's, I don't know. It's not, yeah. It's not one for me, this one, I think. And as I say, it's just the fact that the walnut flavour is so dominating as well. You're really not getting anything else. You're not really getting dark chocolate. You're not really getting any truffle taste. I mean, there is something there, of course, because it does exist in the chocolate. But I don't know, yeah. If you really like walnuts, you could probably add a mark onto this. But I still think you'd be disappointed for all the reasons I've said, because you're not getting any other flavour and you're not getting anything like a brownie. So I think for me, yeah, it's 1.5 again. I think it's just a real miss. You know, it's a real miss. Yeah, but I'd say, Joe, I think for you it'd be a 2.5 out of 5. Because you like walnuts, but you'd still have all that problem. You'd be like, well, this isn't a brownie. I can't taste dark chocolate. The truffle may as well not be there, and the hazelnuts may as well not be there. So you know, so even though you might be a massive fan of walnuts, it's still a real poor chocolate. Yeah. So we've done them all now, guys. Believe it or not, we've actually yeah, managed to get through them. I thought there was one extra, but it wasn't. It's just that repeat. It's the repeat of the this one here. It's the same. It's basically the same as the first one. So let's have a look then, shall we? Just to see if we can have a slight recap of what we went through. And the creme brulee one really was poor. There was no sort of like crunchy layer on the top. Yeah, that was a pretty poor one. This chocolate fondant was very nice, but perhaps just a bit one note. I think that was a 1.5 out of 5, wasn't it? That was a 4 out of 5. The tiramisu one, I really like that one. That was a 5 out of 5. It just tasted like, I don't know if it really tastes like tiramisu, but I really like the taste of it. It tastes like just a nice, smooth coffee. Lovely. The milfoil one was disappointing. I think it was a 2 out of 5, maybe a 3. It was basically just a bit of, well, I think it was a 2, wasn't it? Because I think it basically Kit Kat tastes better than it. It's either 2 or 3 anyway. The brownie one just saw that was very poor. The meringue one didn't have any real meringue representation in it, and it wasn't really that much of a white chocolate taste either. So the white chocolate, there's white chocolate represented here and here, but here it was in that little bit on top. You know, I mean, look at that. That's all. It's just that bit on top. That's not really qualifies as a white chocolate for me. And this one, it was more about the white chocolate flavoured sort of cream on the middle. So again, that wasn't really what white chocolate's about. It wasn't really white chocolate. So that one was pretty disappointing as well. I think it was either 3. I think it was a 3 out of 5, was it? And caramel eclair was very disappointing as well. It was just like a caramel truffle. There's no real eclair. There's no cake representation in there. The caramel didn't taste very nice either. The flavouring of the truffle. So overall, yeah. A bit of a not a great set, this one, to be honest with you. I feel like, and the fact it's meant to be a dessert collection was the thing. I really feel like they missed the mark on a lot of these desserts. You know, none of them really. I mean, some of them looked a bit like dessert, like the creme brulee and maybe the milfoil, as Stephen was saying before he left. But the rest of them, I don't know. I don't even think this one sort of looked a bit like an eclair, but not really. The rest of them didn't really look much like one at all. They just had a typical shape, I guess. And tiramisu maybe. I'm not too, I don't know. Nothing too striking. Yeah, I think there was a couple of really nice ones. I say the tiramisu one and the chocolate fondant, which thankfully the chocolate fondant is one you get 10 of. But I think the others are very, very particular. You might not like them that much if you're, as I say, the walnut one, the brownie one, only if you really like walnuts, and the rest of them I think you could probably not really be too bothered about. It's a very disappointing set, this one. Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. It's very, I mean, I've reviewed a lot of chocolates now, chocolate selections now. So obviously, the more I've reviewed, the more obviously below average becomes, quite apparent what below average is. So when I first started them, I might have thought, well, this one tastes quite average, or, just a normal thing. I don't think this is an average set at all. I think this is below average for sure. So it's, I think giving it 1. Yeah, I think there's a couple of nice ones in there. There's no real horrible things in there. They're just very mundane and miss the mark on so many levels. But I say there's a couple of nice ones, and they're all quite pleasant. It's a relatively nice gift. The distribution's pretty good, although it shouldn't have 10 of one. It should have 6 of each. But they've just done it for, I don't know, just to fit the box size or whatever. They've done it for that reason rather than anything else, I think. And at least it's a reasonably good one. But it's not a very exciting one. It's not really a dessert one at all. It's just a chocolate fondant. It should be like a cake or something. Although a chocolate fondant does exist, like Andrew said, it's like a melty centre, isn't it? So okay, but it doesn't melt in this case, of course. Yeah, so for me, I think, yeah, it's a 2 out of 5. It's just, you know, it's just not got, it's got a lot of variety in theory, but in practice it really doesn't, and they're not very well implemented. They don't really represent the desserts very well. It's just very disappointing. Yeah, it's just not a, they're pleasant to eat. If you were given it as a gift, you'd eat them and you wouldn't dislike them, but you wouldn't feel like you'd really got anything special other than the presentation. And I think, as I say, that's part of it, and of course that's it. And I do take that into account. But this one, I don't think there's, it's generally when I give marks for when I sort of, I won't say up something, but when I think, oh well, it has everything in it and it looks great and it's a great gift. It's usually when it's built on a decent foundation of having a nice taste and good textures and good representations of the chocolates and this, that, and the other. And with this one, it doesn't. So it doesn't add. I'm not just then going to add a mark onto it. It's got to get that foundation right first before it gets anything remotely added on for presentation. And it doesn't really like great a presentation either. I mean, okay. Some of them look reasonably good, the chocolates, but most chocolate selections and chocolates look nice. You know what I mean? So there we go. So yeah, 2 out of 5. Very disappointing. Below average. Yeah, but as I say, that the tiramisu one was very nice. I really like that one. But the rest of them, the chocolate fondant as well wasn't too bad. But the rest of them, they don't really do it for me at all. And I would not mind if I never had them again. Basically, not horrible or anything, I say, but they're just not very good. 2 out of 5. Shame. But as I say, chocolate selections are quite generally not great when I review them because they usually, as I say, they just don't quite manage to taste that great. I don't know. They just don't. But maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, I say the Ferrero one last week was really good. Really enjoyed that one. As I say, not really nuts for me, and not really what I'm after. But as I say, it did. It just worked. It just worked, and it had a good variety in it. So yeah. And it wasn't just all Ferrero Rochers as well, which is what you'd expect it to be. So that was really good as well. But yeah, the one thing you did have with this one is a reasonably good distribution. But as I say, I think adding 5 of one others is such a lazy effort. Just to make the weight, they should have had one of each of the others more. So that's poor as well, really, I think. That's pretty poor. There we go. But yeah, better than other distributions of other Lindt chocolates, which I must say have been a bit disappointing as well when I reviewed another one previously. We just had a bit of a random distribution, but there we go. But yeah, what was the price? Well, I think it was either 10 or 50. I think it was between 10 and 15 pounds, Joe. I think so, quite expensive. So, I think $1 a third on again of that. So you're talking $15 at least. Yeah, American dollars. So not a cheap one, not a cheap selection at all. Yeah, so it was definitely not. It wasn't below £10 anyway, or if it was $9.99. So I'd say that would be like $13. But yeah, so I reckon it was about 15 really. I'm sure it's about 12, £13. So yeah, expensive really. So I'd say $15, $16 perhaps that works out as US dollars. Yeah. So I don't know, but as I say, it's a gift. You've got the gift problem, haven't you? It's the fact that it works as a gift. All these chocolate selections will always work as a gift because they're always something that people generally won't buy for themselves, and they always look a bit special. And that's pretty much 75% of why you buy them, just to give someone, because they won't have them normally, and they can try them and they look good. But as I say, I discount all that because that's the case with all of them. So we just remove that generally. And if they are relatively nice, then they get sort of like, yep, okay, it's got all the foundations and it looks great. But if it doesn't have the foundations, I can't just add on a mark just so it looks nice, because they all look nice generally. So, But yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so there we are, guys. We made it to the end. The internet kept together just about. It tried its best not to, but it did in the end. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. It's been very nice. Good to chat to you all again. I don't know if all of you have lasted till the end. I think some of you have gone off to have your own food and things like this. I'm going to do that myself now, I think. But it's been very nice to chat to you all. Yeah, Joe, QP, Andrew. Yeah, Scotty turned up for a bit. Oh, and of course, Jesus as well. I think he might have gone. Not sure. But yeah, everyone else as well. I'm not sure who else turned in. Anyone else turned up as well? I can't think. Maybe someone did earlier. I'm not sure. But yes, either way, sorry if I've forgotten anyone. But it's been really great to chat to you all. It really has. Lovely time to see you all. Really appreciate all your input and all your help. But yes, aesthetically they're 5 stars. You're right there, Joe. Yeah, exactly. This is it. But that is pretty common for these chocolate selections. So one of those. Bring you up, but yeah, you're right. You're right. It does, but as I say, a lot of them often do, and I think that's part of it. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, if we just rate it on aesthetics, yeah, I think a lot of them will be 4 or 5 stars, but we can't really, it's they've got to get into the detail. But as you say, it would be a good. That's what I mean by being a good gift. It's just you can just buy them and not worry about whether they're any good or not. They look good. They're what people wouldn't normally have. They can try them out, and whether they taste good or not, you think, well, they're going to taste, average or whatever, at best. You know what I mean? They're not going to taste horrible, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. But there we go. All right, there we are. So, yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed that. As well as I say, yeah, the average chocolate is 3 out of 5. That's what I mean. So that's why 3 out of 5 isn't really a bad score, but all chocolates taste good. So that's why, the average is a 3 out of 5, really. So it doesn't mean anything's bad. It just means it's pretty average. Yeah. Oh, hey, great show as always. Thanks a lot. Oh, thanks, Joe. Thanks for turning up. And Tails as well. He came in. Yes. Good to see you, Tails. Don't know if you just turned up, but great to see you. Oh, yes. Yeah, shame disappointment, but, a lot of these chocolate selections often are found out. They don't live up to the looks, basically. But it's disappointing. But there we go. Oh, but thanks, Jav. Thanks so much for coming, Jav. It's been really appreciated. Thanks for administrating the channel as well and helping out with, the type of thing. Oh, thanks, Tel, for turning up at the end, even if you missed a lot of it. Still good to see you, it really is. Oh, thanks so much for your support, everyone. Yeah, so thanks, Andrew QP. Oh, anyone else who's Stephen as well, I think he went, but there we go. Oh, and Jesus as well, of course. Thank you so much. Always good to chat to you. I say there's about 5 seconds, 6-second delay, so I might have gone if you say anything. So I do apologise for that, but yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks so much again for all your support. Really is great. Really is great to see you all the time, and really appreciate it. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.